campaign. Now, ladies and gentlemen, being mantastic is today the epitome of manliness. And to inspire all the Indian men across the country, we're going to present to you on board our mantastic men of Old Spice. That was a very warm welcome, in fact.
Thank
to
you,
the left,
thank you.
to the right. I can definitely see the fact that we've got two hot men right here on the stage, so the temperatures must be soaring, the heartbeats must be increasing, and I can see that the smiles must also be widening. But I'm going to be shameless about the fact that I'm blushing here right now, because time and again, both of you have been acknowledged and acclaimed as the sexiest men alive in India.
Congratulations.
Superb. So I'm going to start with Randeep. All right, if I can get the attention from the photographers, I'm going to start with Randeep. I'm going to ask you, I'm sure all of us are here, are very keen to know about your experience with Old Spice.
Well, Old Spice has been, it's been around for so long. I remember my dad used to put it on after shaving, and after he'd leave the bathroom smelling really great, I would go in there and put it on, although I'd not even started shaving it. And every time I open the bottle, I think that Old Spice ad with that guy surfing and that music of na, 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 always came to my ears. After that, now I do a lot more other things in life. And, you know, a man's smell or what you smell like can set the mood for the rest of the day, because I think the sense of smell is one of the most important senses that we have. With a new range of deodorants, I feel that we've all got an option of smelling different, doing different things. I don't want to smell the same while I'm fretting over my lines meticulously, as opposed to when I am training my horses in the evening at the race course. There's a different set of skills required in a lounge bar vis-a-vis a polo field. You're looking at riding, but the mounts are different. So,
Good one.
so, yeah, so I think I've always felt very manly about it, all grown up, right from my childhood, the smell of Old Spice and that bottle, and now it's in many different deodorants. They've got 3 new fragrances, adding on to the ones they had earlier. And yeah, I think it makes me feel good, feel manly, feel a bit irresistible.
Feel good and feel manly. That's
And
fine.
irresistible. That
And
was more important.
irresistible,
Yeah,
yes.
And I have to share the stage with one of the most good-looking men coming out of this country ever. I've been a fan of his for a very long time, and I was a bit worried why you're putting me on the same stage as Milind, because he's really a sexy man.
Yeah, that's a lot
Can I leave now? Anything to say?
And no, I'm not changing my preferences of riding.
Good, that's a good thing.
All right, okay. Thank you so much, Randeep, for that. But moving on to you, Milind, you're the face of Old Spice, and you've continued your association with Old Spice. But we're still keen to know, how has your experience been all this while?
Well, as Randeep mentioned, it's a very old brand. It's an iconic brand. I'm really happy to continue the association. There are 3 new fragrances: Sport, Fresh, and Magnet. And of course, most of you must have seen the films that were made last year. And one of the reasons that I am happy with the association, of course, one is that it's an iconic brand, and secondly, if you see the global message and the global communication that it has, which is so ironic, it's funny, it's really so different that it completely breaks the clutter of all kinds of advertising in the market, that it was something very exciting for me to be associated with. All through my life in the media, I've tried to do things that are different. And in the same way, Old Spice has really made a huge impact as to what advertising can be in the world, not only just in India.
I love the ads.
Yeah.
They're really good.
Well, that's
and
something
funny.
you've been very honest about. In fact, in the morning also, Randeep, the first thing you say is that you love the ads.
Yeah, I love.
Superb. And why not? After all, it features the fantastic man again himself, Mr. Milind Soman. All right, kudos to that. Let's see what you're doing.
It's funny, right?
It is, it is, it is.
Well, that's so true because this afternoon, in fact, we're showcasing three new variants that we're talking about. We're talking about Sport, Magnet, and Fresh, adding on to the existing variants of Original, Musk, Fresh Lime, and White Water, which, of course, in fact, increases or heightens the awesomeness factor of Old Spice. Now, that brings me back to the next important question to Randeep. You know, something that we all know is that you have donned so many hats. You've done so with great passion. You've done it so effortlessly. You're an MBA grad. You're a Bollywood actor. You're an equestrian. And you're an award-winning swimmer. Now, how do you manage to actually don so many hats and yet smell so fantastic?
It's Old Spice. Well, you know, I think if you have, I hear a lot of people say that I can't find time for this, I can't find time for that. I feel whatever you really are enthusiastic about, and talent is only about enthusiasm basically, because you tend to spend more time on that thing. Whatever you really love, you always find time for. And I just happen to love a lot of things, not just the writing part of it, but other things as well. So I find my time, and I think because we are also we do so many things, like, you know, you might be going to a movie set, going out in the night, going to play a sport, or might be just relaxing at home or whatever. There is a certain difference that the smell and the sounds that you surround yourself by can make to your moods and your excitement and your enthusiasm towards doing whatever you're doing.
Great indeed. In fact, that's in fact another fantastic man himself talking about great passion, whatever the field that he chooses. So kudos to that indeed, Randeep. And with that, it comes to Milind. The next question for you is the ultimate question, which is, what is it being the mantastic man? Or what does mantastic actually mean to you?
You should say that with the shirt off.
Yeah, but since I can't do that, I'll have to say something. So, yeah, so I've been asked this question since last year, and I think it's a great word that Old Spice came up with, mantastic. And I think it's, the reason it's a great word is because it's a word whose time has come, so to speak. What we've seen in recent times is that, you know, men have kind of lost their idea of what manliness is all about. There's a lot of confusion about how to be, what to wear, you know, what is politically correct, things like that. Yeah, all the different kinds of sexualities that are going around, and what is the correct one to choose for oneself. But what being mantastic really means is believing in yourself and finding that mantastic part of you, which is really you, and having the confidence to show that. So that is what it means to me, to do what I believe in, to be what a man is supposed to be, what men used to be, not what they're told to be today. Today they tell you that if you're a man, you should be like this. If you're a man, you should be like that. You should be doing these things or those things. But in the past, and we see the Old Spice campaigns, we see that the imagery of a man, very, very raw, very basic, very true to himself. A man who really believes in what he does, what he thinks, what he says, and stands by it. And that is what is mantastic. And that's what we're trying to bring back here, Randeep and I.
We're working hard at it.
Yeah, yeah.
We just have to take our shirts off.
Yes.
Working hard and it's showing off. All right, that's wonderful indeed. And what a wonderful way to put it, what mantastic actually means to you. It's truly believing in what you want to do, you want to say. And with that, while we've been talking about being mantastic, smelling mantastic, I think I'm going to put up a very small request to both of you. We've come up definitely with the new variants of the Old Spice. So maybe it's actually time to smell like a man and smell mantastic. If I can ask you to please oblige and have the deodorants.
I thought you were supposed to take off your shirt. Okay, not take off your shirt. Okay.
Is it that
No, you don't have to take off your t-shirt.
Is it time to do the act
of spray?
James, what's best in you?
That's a good question. I don't know what the best part of me. I like to think my sense of humor, but sometimes I'm wrong about